Hey guys, welcome to CSS Studios. I'm Taylor Pfeiffer, and this first song is called My Door. Death, don't knock on my door. Yeah, I know you've been here before, but as I recall, I told you the last time, don't you come around here anymore. Don't you come around here anymore. And love, don't knock on my door. Yeah, I fell for that one before, and as I recall, I told you the last time, who you're looking for doesn't live here anymore. Who you're looking for doesn't live here anymore. Fear, don't knock on my door. Do you see a welcome mat there on the floor? And so that you'll recall, let me tell you for the first time, I'm not scared of anything anymore, except all the things at my door. This next song is called Stories. Get this off. Stories. Should I sing about what's real, the things that I feel, or tell you of the places that I've been? Or should I make up a few stories so you won't find me boring? Sing about some pretty girl I never met. I guess you'll just have to listen and see what you get. See, I grew grew up in a castle in some old haunted place. I took my first trip to the moon when I was 3. But I got tired of floating up around in space, so I went down to the bottom of the sea. But I got sick of swimming, the water got too cold, so I went to the desert to live alone. Sleeping by myself on a bed of rocks only made my heart turn to stone. So I packed up my things and went back home. So will you take these simple stories, or do you have faith in only what you see? I know it seems strange and a little far off, but the truth is even harder to believe. Now I guess I should mention how I stood at attention in that war I fought in 1943. We were up against all odds, the enemy approaching. The only chance we had left was me. Now I've put my purple heart up there on the shelf next to a picture that I took in France of the most beautiful woman that I ever saw. And man, I thought I didn't stand a chance. But that's the night that she first learned to dance. So will you take the simple stories, or do you have faith in only what you see? I know it seems strange and a little far off, but the truth is even harder to believe. All right. So that's stories. I'm gonna tune this guitar for sure, and I'll play one, and I'll play a little more upbeat one here to change things up. Hold on, let me get this. People always say the best things in life are free, but I gotta pay for this bread or I won't have nothing to eat. And I was never taught in school about falling down, no. They all said reach for the stars, but they forgot to mention the ground. Well, I was never told about the hard days while the sun was shining down. And I never thought that it could rain while I was living on a cloud. Now I'm through listening to what people say, 'cause I'm finding out the hard way. Said the grass was green, but they forgot about the fence. Said they had plenty of horseshoes, but don't know where the horses went. I used to roll those sevens, now I'm lucky if I roll out of bed. Thought I had a four-leaf clover, but it was poison ivy instead. I was never told about the hard days while the sun was shining down, and I never thought that it could rain while I was living on a cloud. Now I'm through listening to what people say, 'cause I'm finding out the hard way. Well, I guess I'm just finding out the hard way. Sorry, I guess that works as an ending. My string got stuck. That's weird. Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna do just two more here. Alright, this song's called The Ocean. When I was younger, I couldn't understand why the earth stopped when the water met the land. And I felt so small when I thought of the sea, 'cause the ocean was so much bigger than me. I was stubborn and sure that what I knew was best, and if I didn't learn to swim, I'd never have to test. If my body could make it, oh, my heart would grow tired when the tide pulls the waves up higher and higher. I used to be scared of the ocean. What lies beneath those waves? 'Cause what if I sink to the bottom, so far that I couldn't be saved? Or what if I lose my breath and get lost in the mist and the haze? Or what if I love the ocean and want to stay there the rest of my days? I've always felt safer on top of the land, in the forests and mountains that I understand, where I could climb to the top or hide in the trees. But the ocean's mystery terrified me. I sink to the bottom, so far that I couldn't be saved. But now that I've been to the ocean and felt the sun's warm rays, I could stay here in this ocean and live here the rest of my days. Play just one more here. I'll play. The song's called Carolina. I came here with nothing, I'll leave here with less. Carolina, don't have any last wishes, but I got a few regrets. Carolina, I don't know your name, but I've seen your face. Carolina, I'm too close for mercy, but too far from grace. Carolina, 'cause I've done a lot of things thought I'd never do, but every one of them just reminds me of you. I'm sick of running around from town to town. Think I'll finally just stay and settle down. So I'm going home. I'm going where I can be alone with the angels and God, or the devil down below. But which way I'm going, hell, only heaven knows. This isn't the first time, but it'll be my last. Carolina, I never thought my future could be darker than my past. Carolina, 'cause I was never one to believe in fate. Carolina, I was too busy living from day to day. Carolina, 'cause I've done a lot of things thought I'd never do, and every which way I'm going. Hell, only heaven knows. But for now it's Carolina.
Hello, and welcome back to CSS Studios, StudioCast. Today we have a guest. Taylor, you want to introduce yourself?
All right, I'm Taylor Pfeiffer, and I am so glad to be here at CSS. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually our co-workers don't really work together. We work at the same place. Brian Richardson, who also works with us, just released an album not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I did sound for his release party, and then Taylor played a song there. And I was super impressed. I was like, dude, you got to come do a podcast.
Yeah.
So
it was fun, and it sounded awesome.
Awesome, thank you.
Johnny did great. I
forgot why I wasn't there.
You were out of town?
Man, where were you?
No, where were you? Yeah.
Come on.
You didn't care? No.
I cared. I just don't remember why.
Prove it.
He's got a tattoo like right on his chest.
It just says, I care. I care.
No, but yeah, this is kind of one of the first guys I've had do a podcast. I did one other guy that was kind of like folky, but not really. But yeah, this is my favorite thing to record is like Americana folky stuff.
Yeah.
We really liked your stuff.
Oh, thanks, man.
A cool thing that actually Jeremy and I are really big fans of Ryan Adams.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to you, I was texting you about like getting this set up and everything, and you brought up that Heartbreak Road was like one of your favorite albums or something.
Heartbreak Road?
Heartbreaker.
Heartbreaker.
Sorry. That's Brian's
Brian.
album.
Brian Richardson.
Had Brian's album on my mind.
It's not Ryan Richardson.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's Brian Adams, Brian Richardson, Ryan Adams. But yes, I love Heartbreaker. That's one of the first albums, the first like folk Americana acoustic albums I got into, and I love it. I love the sound. I love the songs. Yeah.
It's I actually didn't know about him until a couple years ago when you introduced me to him. Jeremy did.
About 2015.
Yeah. And he plays a cover of "Come Pick Me Up" all the time, and I really like that song. And he's like, "Dude, you gotta check out the album."
Yeah, I recorded it with Johnny.
Yeah,
oh, cool.
I was telling that before you. We'll show you. I actually messed with it. I messed with it recently. It's different now because I ran it through a tape player.
Oh, cool.
And put dubstep beats and stuff.
We did a video with my girlfriend. Tried to mix a song and she found the loops, so she just put dubstep loops over it.
I meant that as a joke, but I forgot that happened.
Yeah. But it really did happen.
Yeah. No, but
Man, I'm gonna have to hear that. It's a good song. It's a good song. Yeah.
Yeah, we so I was psyched about this, and I'd like to work with you more in the future because I have some tube preamps, some older ribbon mics and stuff, and I love that sound that Ryan Adams has, and that's all all old school recording. That's my jam.
Yeah, and I love that sound as well. That'd be awesome. Yeah, he's so cool because he's got each album is a different sound.
Yeah,
and he's so talented in so many realms.
Yeah,
and I love a lot of his albums and a lot of his sounds, but that album, it's incredible.
That's my favorite album. Jeremy, I like his folky stuff more.
Yeah,
I mean I like everything, but Jeremy's more into the 80s kind of vibe.
Yeah,
I like the stuff he does.
Yeah.
So I found out about him because an artist who I grew up with, I saw him live and he covered "Come Pick Me Up."
Oh, okay.
So William Beckett from the Academy is.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Oh, cool.
So a pop punk alternative band.
Yeah.
So I saw this guy play, and he played that song, and I thought it was really good. But at the time I didn't care. But then one time
it's a good song, but I don't care about it.
But then one time I was going through this magazine and I saw an article about Ryan Adams' new album in 2014. Yeah. And I was like, hey, that's that one guy. I'll check it out. And it really grabbed me.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So it was his 2014 album that was very 80s sounding.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I
one
can't
with his
think of the name
face
right now.
as a cover.
Yeah.
And then I purchased Heartbreaker.
It's a self-titled
yeah,
album. I think that's why I can't think of the name, because it's just his name. Yeah.
And then I purchased Heartbreaker and was really impressed by the difference.
Yeah.
And then because of his 2014 album. It really that really influenced me as far as like guitar tone, things like that.
Yeah,
because he's a huge fan of like and not analog, like digital sounding guitar things, like digital delay and chorus, stuff like that. So I'm like hooked on chorus pedals and like 80 sounding stuff, and I want to own a Princeton one day. But
I was actually looking at Princeton at Space Tone.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, like, I can't afford it right now. I want it.
He said
they've got 3 there.
He said in an interview that every album he recorded is used a Princeton.
Really? On all
guitar. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Oh
wow.
No, I'm not sure about Heartbreaker, but I can believe it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
When
that's weird because Ryan Adams is like one of his favorites. But when we were talking at Brian's show, you told me that Blink was the first concert that you ever went to.
Yeah.
Which is like my favorite. That's my jam.
I loved.
Nice.
I was a freshman in high school, and the first concert I ever went to, like on my own, like my parents said, yeah, go, like no supervision. It was just me and friends, and it was Blink-182 headlined, and Taking Back Sunday opened with their like original lineup when John, what's his name? He's a new band now, but the first guitarist and backup singer, who hasn't been in the band a long time, but he was still there. I'm blanking on his name, but it was so cool. Yeah. This was a great show.
So like being that you play folkish Americana music now, did you grow up first with stuff like Blink and Taking Back Sunday, or were you always into country way back?
Yeah, so my kind of progression was, I grew up with, my mom would play country music in the car just everywhere. She'd play the Shania Twain album on repeat and George Strait and a lot of country. And my dad likes classic rock and more classic acoustic, like James Taylor and Cat Stevens and all those guys. So before I developed my own music taste, that's what I kind of
grew up on.
Just grew up on and just was hearing by default because of my parents, right? And then, the first bands who I really started to get into on my own in middle school and high school were bands like Blink-182 and Taylor Sunday and Green Day. They're my favorites. All those guys. And then from Blink and like Taking Back Sunday, I got into kind of harder screamo and then hardcore and like August Burns Red and all. So the band that transitioned me from hardcore to folk Americana country, which it's a weird transition, right? So I don't know if you've heard of the band Maylene and the Sons of Disaster.
Oh, okay.
The original singer of Under Oath. He left and he started this band, and they're
recently showed me that.
Yeah,
like I didn't know that was
awesome.
Their name, but
they're essentially a hardcore like southern rock band, like Lynyrd Skynyrd with screamo mixed together. They're incredible, and so I started to listen to them a lot and to find bands like them. And I started to get into the more kind of twangy, like rootsy sound, and I loved that. And then somebody showed me Ryan Adams, and I listened to Heartbreaker, and that was the transition. And I started to get just more and more into this kind of music. So
that's awesome.
Awesome,
yeah.
I never would have guessed you were into hardcore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's all middle school and middle school, I guess. High school, I started to kind of transition, but I spent my weekends at the White Rabbit. I don't know if y'all.
I am actually playing the anniversary show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh cool.
September 2nd.
Awesome.
So I think September 1st is like pop punk, and then September 2nd is indie stuff, and I'm playing that one.
Okay.
September 3rd is like the metal, hardcore, and all that. So some variety, and
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that place.
Yeah, check it out, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah.
Is that where you played your first show at? Was that the White Rabbit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
It was interesting you said that, like, when you were growing up, your mom would listen to, like, country stuff, and your dad would listen to, like, classic rock. I've said this on this podcast a million times, but, like, when I was growing up, that's all I knew. Like, I didn't know any other music existed other than country and classic rock, 'cause that's what my parents listened to.
Yeah, that's how I was.
Yeah.
That's what they played in the cars and at home. And yeah.
I grew up with Latino music.
Yeah, nice.
One time, Jeremy and I tried to do a podcast, like, just me and him. I think we had a band, but it fell through or something. And then we had too much to drink. And he was like, I grew up listening to Latino music. I was like, me too.
You're like,
not at all. Yeah.
Total lie. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid to ask this, but how old are you?
I'm 28 now.
28?
I just turned 28.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just turned
Awesome.
28. Yep.
Cool.
How long have you been at FPC?
1 year. I came.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I came about a year and a week ago. It's been exactly a year.
So like 2016?
I came August 2016. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It feels longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, does it? Yeah.
I didn't realize that I was there longer. I just
Yeah.
I didn't even know. That's weird.
August
That's about when you
2016.
started, right?
2015.
Oh, 2015. Okay.
Fall of 2015.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
And you started late 2014, didn't you? Or early 2015? Or
I
something
started
like that?
before I graduated, so I know at least
that's
before, because my teacher had actually recommended me to our old boss when he was still working there, and our teacher had given a list like, hey, these are our students, top from like the best ones at the
cool.
top, and then Jeremy and I were actually on top of the
Nice.
list, so.
Yeah, you were.
So Chris
Cool.
hired both of us, which is pretty rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought
That's
you
so
were there
fun.
longer.
No,
I swear I saw you.
it's been a year.
I swear I saw you.
Yeah.
So how did you get the job at FPC or what?
So I graduated from seminary school last May, so May 2016, and then I was mentioning to Johnny earlier, I was in hospital chaplaincy, and so I thought I was going to do, and so I was at a hospital in Waco, and just long story, but it ended up just not being my thing, and so I just started applying for jobs for ministry, so churches and camps and like retreat centers and stuff like that. And Hannah, my wife,
Oh yeah, you just got married, right?
Yeah. Thank you. I just got married 3 months ago. So, Hannah is from New Braunfels, and I'm from San Antonio. So we were both applying to jobs in Waco and in San Antonio and everywhere in between. So Hannah got a job actually first in San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
At a school here. So she's a teacher, a second grade teacher.
Cool.
So I had to focus on, okay, I have to be in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So that kind of narrowed my search, and I was just freaking out. I had no idea what I was going to do. And then my friend Parker Moore, he's been my best friend a long time. He and his parents have been at FBCSA for a long time. So they heard about this job opening that Brian Richardson had.
Yeah.
And said, "Hey, I think you'd be great at this. I'll put your name in if you want." And I said, "Yeah, I'll do anything." So I met with Brian and just loved him and the place and the people. So I'm so glad I've been here. Yeah.
Nice.
This might be a stupid question, but
No,
what exactly do you do? I know you do like the college thing, but we've never had to do any work over there, so I don't even know what it is really.
Like, because Johnny and I, we only just do behind the scenes stuff. We don't know every single thing.
We don't know
happening
anything,
in
to be
the church.
honest. It's actually kind of weird because both of us are Catholic,
Oh,
so we don't even go
yeah.
to church there.
Oh, that's
so we
right.
don't,
I knew that.
or we don't know how like the Sunday school. We don't even know exactly how that works or what all that is, or so we just kind of do what we're told, and we don't know how a lot of the things. We don't know what's going on at all.
Yeah. So there's obviously like different head ministers on staff, and so like ministers of missions or of college or whatever.
Yeah.
So Brian Richardson, who's my boss, he's the minister of college, single adults, small groups, and pastoral care.
Okay.
I'm Brian's ministry associate, so I help him with all those things, with college, with the younger single adults is where I focus, and with small groups and with pastoral care.
So do you like help him do preach, or do you kind of do?
I don't preach. I lead the Bible studies on Sunday mornings, and I organize some events, and they're like with the college students or the single adults, and I still do hospital visits as part of this role, and so that's been cool because I still get to kind of use part of what I learned in chaplaincy. Yeah. So I do hospital visits, and I help start and set up small groups and train our small group leaders. There's a lot of stuff like that. So
awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I honestly didn't. I wasn't sure what Brian did either. I knew he did stuff like Sunday morning. I didn't know that he was
he's
more
the
involved.
head of all four of those things I just named, and I just help him with those four things.
Cool,
so,
man.
Yeah.
Cool. For people listening, if you don't know, Jeremy and I also work at FEC. We just work on the media team, though. We just do sound and set up
whatever needs to be set up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. First Baptist Church, San Antonio.
Yeah.
9:30 Bible studies on Sundays.
Yeah. Well, we'll do shout outs at the end.
If you want to come.
We'll promote you for that, and then for your Instagram and all that, or whatever you do.
Cool. Yeah.
What else you got on the list there, Jeremy?
I kind of was kidding, but I guess
No, but come hang out. Come check that out. Yeah.
Whoever's listening, come hang out.
Well, one thing on my mind right now is so on Wednesdays, Johnny and I have to help out with Logos band practice, mainly to because one of the things we do, he and I, we switch off. One of us will do the sound in the traditional service, the in-house sound. The other will record the Logos sound in that separate room, the A room. I'm sure you've seen it. Yeah. So we're there on band practice to practice and get a good mix for Sunday, and the other just to help out with whatever the band might need.
Yeah.
So like one time we were there, I was talking with Hyro and I asked him, "Hey, have you ever heard Taylor play?" And he mentioned that y'all were talking and you might like help them out one day.
Play for
Logos? You didn't know that?
Am I?
Never mind.
I can. We haven't talked about it.
Really? What?
I have talked with Hyro, but not about that.
No. He said electric guitar.
Oh.
Or what?
I don't know, man.
Rumors.
You just threw Hyro under the bus.
I will.
Oh no! Well, that was like my segue into like electric guitar sound and
I don't play electric at all.
No. Oh wow.
Yeah, and so I'm hoping Hyro doesn't ask me to play electric.
He probably meant another Taylor.
Maybe.
That
would make more
you're
sense.
the only Taylor I know at FBC.
That makes more sense.
I mean, I don't know another Taylor here,
maybe
but
just
he
a
must
buddy
have
of his or something.
Yeah.
How funny.
I know nothing about pedals, and I played electric in a band in college just my freshman year, but I had like 3 pedals and barely used them. I mean, it was yeah.
That was my failed segue.
No, that's
Well, we can still talk about gear though, because you got a badass guitar.
Yeah.
So how long have you been playing in general?
I started playing bass, and so my sister plays drums, and she played drums all through middle school and high school, and she bought a bass. Man, I guess at the end of middle school, played it for like a month, got bored, and went back to drums, and so I inherited her bass because
Nice.
she never played it and asked me if I wanted it, and I said, I guess. I've never played this before. And I started playing bass and loved it. And so then my freshman year of high school bought a guitar. And I started playing guitar. But I didn't start writing songs until my sophomore year of college.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I played in some bands in high school, and then I played in a band who I just mentioned my freshman year of college. I played electric. And I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't my thing. So I wasn't playing with them anymore. And I started just to play my acoustic a lot. And I was listening to people like Ryan Adams and all the Joe Pug and Bob Dylan and Andrew Combs and all these guys I love. So I said, I want to try writing a song on my own. So I started to write. And so that was my sophomore year of college. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But you started with acoustic, and that's always been your thing?
I started
like writing.
with For writing, yes, yeah. But in high school, I had that bass, and then I bought an electric, and
just kind of tried it out.
Well, I played electric, but I mean, not well or not like involved with the pedals and all that. I just kind of played around with
acoustic was more your thing.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So what's your kind of setup for acoustic then?
So I have a 59 Gibson. It's an LGO. It's a small body Gibson. And it's a cool guitar. I love it. It's got some issues as you'll hear if you listen to the set. It's just it's a true acoustic. It didn't come with any
the pickup on there.
With a pickup or any sound or plugins, and so I had to put all that in, and so the pickup that I have in it, just it sticks out of the sound hole, and strings get stuck, and it doesn't sound great, and so I'm probably gonna get a new guitar here soon. But
yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah,
if anyone wants to buy it,
so I'm selling it.
A 59 Gibson.
Yeah,
where'd you find that at?
I found it. It was actually here in San Antonio at a store called Redbone.
Oh, okay, I know
Guitars.
Redbone.
Yeah,
those guys are awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
And I got it, I think, also in college or the very end of high school, maybe. Yeah.
It seems like it'd be a really good guitar for like studio because it's kind of more of a quiet guitar.
Yeah,
and
it's real quiet.
Yeah.
It's not great live, but hopefully it would be a good
for
studio guitar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you were looking at, what were you looking at?
I've got a Guild D40.
Nice.
I kind of just started to do research of who all the musicians and songwriters I love and look up to, just what they play, and I kept finding that that a constant, at least, was Guilds, D25s and D40s.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a sound I love, and I went and found one actually at Space Tone that sounds awesome, and so I'm hoping I can buy it. So.
That's not that red, white, and blue guitar that Ryan Adams plays. That's not a Guild, is it?
Is that a Guild? I don't
No,
think that
no.
is.
I don't know what it is.
Some obscure brand.
Yeah.
Because I know it's got the weird
I don't
headstock
think
in it.
it's a
I don't
Guild.
remember what it is. But that's what he usually records with, though.
He has played Guilds and like Joe Pug and Gillian Welch and like you know, who else plays Guilds? David Ramirez. He plays a lot of Guilds. Justin Townes Earl.
I was going to say Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake, no. Yeah, he might. No, Justin Townes Earl. Do y'all know him? He's a kind of country folk. Do you know Steve Earle?
Yeah.
He's his son, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought
Interesting.
you were going to say Steve Irwin.
Steve Earle.
Steve Irwin.
Justin Timberlake's dad, Steve Irwin, is very good if you haven't heard him. Yeah.
Speaking of famous people's kids, though, we just saw Green Day's Billy Joel. Chili Bowl. Billy. Man, I can't talk today.
Chili Bowl.
Billy Joel Armstrong's son's got a band. Yeah.
Really? Is it good?
He was really good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot
Really
it's
young
the
too.
same
Mount
kind of
Eddie.
music.
Yeah, Mount Eddie.
Mount
Yeah,
Eddie.
and it's not really
Okay.
Green Day-esque, but you can definitely like
Can hear it.
how his voice sounds. It
Yeah.
sounds like his dad's,
Cool.
but it's more
I'm
of
gonna
like
have to look that up.
And he was really young too. It was
Mount
his youngest
Eddie.
son.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were
Nice.
expecting we thought it was gonna be his older son because we just knew the band's name
Yeah,
and
cool.
that was his dad or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were super cool.
Huh. Okay.
That was at the White or the
Mount
Paper
Eddie.
Tiger.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Cool.
Yeah,
And
that was,
let me see. And some friends of ours opened for them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I went just to
cool.
see, and then Johnny
To see
found
your
out
friends.
randomly.
well, my girlfriend wanted to
Yeah.
see them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I loved Green Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's weird because I was super into Blink always,
Yeah.
but I like Green Day a lot and they're awesome, but I don't know, I just said
Not the same.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like I guess more of the early 2000s rather than the 90s,
Gotcha.
like pop punk kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Blink half of the 90s?
Yeah, I think 94 something like that was their first
Sounds
album
right.
because that's when I was born.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's I really like the older Blink stuff too, though.
Yeah.
It's weird. I like it. I think one of the reasons why I like Blink so much is because you can hear like each one of their albums, their music matures so much. Like And like, not really their newest album. That's a touchy subject. I don't know if you heard it, but
Yeah.
with Matt Skiba. But
right.
like the last one they did when Tom was in the band.
Yeah.
The last one they did was like super like meaningful lyrics and everything, and really more kind of technical. Not really technical, but more like the chord progressions weren't so basic and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you look at that compared to their first stuff, where it's
it's a huge.
Yeah, it's just like.
Huge difference.
Like whiny singing and stuff.
Yep. Yep.
Jeremy, you have more on your list. Jeremy started making a list for podcasts so we don't have dead air and get
a production list, but it's random. Whatever happens. It's just in case awkward silences happen.
Oh yeah.
So that hasn't happened yet.
Oh, okay.
Well.
So
well done.
You have a album out already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Came out like 3 years ago or so.
Got an album that I put out in, I think 2015. I think 2 years ago. Okay. It's called "Are You Lonesome Too?" And as you can guess from the title, it's just a bunch of sad songs. That's mostly what I write. It's kind of low key, slower, sadder songs.
That's what Jeremy writes. He writes sad songs.
Yeah,
some of them. Okay. Did you hear his album yet?
It's
pretty good.
Well, but I need to.
It's a mixture of things, like stylistically.
Yeah.
But
I need to look it up. I will. But yeah, that's mostly what that album is. Not just those songs, but it has a few of them. That was before I was married, so it's okay. It was a bunch of sad songs. It's not. It's not Hannah's fault. It's my fault. But yeah, I did that album at a friend's house in Waco, just a studio. John McKay is his name. He recorded and he produced it. And
awesome.
Yeah, he's great. He played on it as well. He plays electric and keys on it.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that the steel guitar isn't a steel guitar in there, is it?
No, it's not.
It's just
a slide on an electric guitar.
It's awesome.
And then my buddy Scott Smith played drums on it, who played in my band in Waco. Andy Clark plays bass on that album, who also played in my band, and who else? So yeah, but it was a lot of fun, and I hope to record again soon. I have a lot of new songs in these past couple of years, and so, but it was fun, and my songs now aren't too different. I mean, that song I played called "The Ocean" is a song I wrote for my wife Hannah. Awesome. And so it's not sad, but she still thinks it sounds sad just because of the chords and the tone. But it's not a sad song if you listen to it. But I have some happier songs, but still sad songs also. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about like doing like any ghostwriting, like writing for other people or anything like that?
I've not really. I've been asked that question, and I would. I mean, I've just never like pursued that much. I mean, for me, music is just hobby kind of makes it sound not even weighty enough, but I don't envision myself playing or doing music in any form as a career. I don't think at least, but I love music. I think I'll always play. Yeah. I think I'll always enjoy playing and love. But so, to answer your question, no, I've never pursued that, but I have written a few songs with friends, and so like that song I played at Brian's release.
That was so he wrote the lyrics for that song.
He wrote the lyrics. It was really funny because he writes very differently than me. If you listen. He's more to Brian Richardson stuff, and he said he and I had kind of been trading songs back and forth and just been messing around. He said he wanted to try to write a song like in my style, and then he goes and writes this incredible song that I think was better than I could write. But so he had the lyrics, and then he sent them to me and said, "Hey, I tried to like make this song that's more your style. So I think you should play it and put the music and melody." And so that's what I did.
Awesome,
It's called "If This Honky-Tonk Could Talk."
Yeah, that was a really good song.
So, yeah.
Brian has the recording from that, but I don't know. Did you hear it all? Did he show you or?
I have the recording as well.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
How did it sound? It's probably really loud
awesome.
vocals and really quiet everything.
Sounds great.
Else. Really? Awesome.
Sounds great. I can send you that if you want, but it sounds really good.
I'd like to hear it because I just gave him the flash drive.
So I just have actually just a recording somebody did on their iPhone.
Oh, really? Oh.
But for what it is, it sounds great.
Really? That's the one from David, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I saw that, but I wanted to hear on like studio speakers. Though,
yeah.
He, I had, because what we were going to do was do a multi-track and I was going to mix it down for him.
Right.
But then I realized as the show was starting that the mixer had the wrong card in it. It didn't have a USB card. It had the Cat 6 card.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that capability on my laptop.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, so I just threw in a flash drive that I had in my backpack and pressed record. But it was
that works.
So I'm guessing that the vocals are gonna be really loud.
Gotcha.
Like no drums and no piano because I barely had it pulled up in the room, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that night turned out really well though. I was really happy with it.
It was really fun. It sounded great.
Awesome. Yeah.
It was a blast. But yeah, David has a video of the one song I did, and it sounds good. It's on my Facebook. If you want.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll check it out.
I'm gonna add you on Facebook today.
Threw it out. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you something. I forgot. Oh, did you have anything to do with that album? Were you on it at all, Brian's?
No. So Brian has been recording that album for like 14 years, and I've known Brian for 1 year, so he was done with the brunt of it by the time I even met him, but he's just been kind of tweaking it this last year and then finally put it out.
Earlier this year, I actually recorded vocals for 2 of the songs.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm wrong.
That's how I got
He has still been doing it. So, wow.
Well, he had to re-record the vocals.
Oh.
And I don't think
that's right.
He didn't need the whole song. He just needed certain parts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then Jeremy did the whoas. No, that's not true. But that would be cool if he did.
Whenever you said I recorded vocals, I misunderstood. Because I know you recorded him, but I misunderstood it as you recorded yourself.
First. Yeah.
What?
I was like,
all the singing on Ryan's album. It's all
you. It's all Johnny.
We had a joke that like,
That's
what
awesome.
if one day he just accidentally deleted Brian's takes and he had to re-record it?
You had to try to sound like him. That would be really funny.
We have a lot of downtime at work, so we just have a bunch of ridiculous jokes like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what our day consists of.
Hope he doesn't notice. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was a lot of fun.
Anything else, Jeremy?
I had it, but I lost it, to be honest with you.
Taylor, anything else? Any promotions? You got any shows coming up or?
No shows coming up. I've been playing at Sam's Burger Joint a few times here, and I play every now and then in New Braunfels, but I don't have anything coming up. I have to get back on that. I haven't even tried to get any shows lately, but I'm hoping to. I've actually been working on writing, so that's kind of where I've been focusing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any cover songs you like to do, or you just stick to originals?
I very rarely, but occasionally I'll do a cover song. The one I've gotten the best feedback on is I do a cover of House of the Rising Sun.
Oh yeah.
And my old kind of screamo days come out in one part of it, but people like it, and so I like doing that one.
Nice.
That's super cool.
It's
I'd like
just
to hear that.
how I do it is I just kind of build up the whole song. Every verse I just build it up and up.
Oh
until it just kind of explodes, and then I bring it all the way back down. So
that's awesome.
That's my plan for that song. But
cool.
Yeah, it's fun doing it. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess we'll close out here. Then, do you have any social media or anything you want to shout yourself out on, or any events you have? You can do like Wednesday nights. That's your baby, I guess, right? That's
at church.
Of course.
At work.
That's like your big thing that you do, right?
Yeah. So at First Baptist Church in San Antonio, on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. There's a house next door. It's the Wolfson House is its actual name. It's this cool old huge historic house, and it's called the Wolfson House, and that's where the college and the single adults meet, both on Sunday mornings and on Wednesday nights. So that's Wednesdays at 7. There's free food.
Yeah.
Need I say
even
more?
Even if you're not sold yet, listen. There's free food.
But it's a cool deal. it's not like a sermon or a church service. We bring in guests every week to talk about just anything and everything. So, I mean, we talk about singleness and marriage. We talk about, we had a guest a couple weeks ago who's a celibate homosexual man, and just how does that work with being a Christian, right? And we talk about politics, kind of, but, just touchy, that's such a subject, but more what's happening in politics, not as much about politicians, because that's where it gets. But and we talk about just anything that you could think of or have a question on. We try to talk about that, so it's a cool deal. It's fun.
Awesome.
And so definitely.
So it's more of a conversation than going to church type of thing.
Exactly.
That's cool. I think that's a pretty cool approach to maybe people that haven't been religious to kind of open up and get into it. Kind of. It's like
exactly, and that happens here. There's plenty of people who will come check this out first, maybe before coming on Sundays, and so it's a good thing. Yeah,
it's awesome.
Then as far as music, my own personal Facebook is just my name, Taylor Pfeiffer. But if you want to find my music Facebook, it's under my initials, TS Pfeiffer. So T as in Taylor, S as in Stephen, then PFEIFFER. It's a tricky last name, Pfeiffer.
Like Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yes, it's exactly like Michelle Pfeiffer. It's my aunt, and so that's easy.
Really?
No.
You said it so confidently.
No, that'd be cool. But yeah, the same spelling, PFEIFFER. So TS Pfeiffer. Cool. I've got Facebook. I've got Reverb Nation. I'm on Spotify and iTunes and CD Baby and all that.
We recently found out on Google Play.
Yeah, Google Play. That's right. On Google Play. So you can just search the internet for TS Pfeiffer and you'll find me.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. This is awesome. Yeah.
Cool. We'll do this again sometime.
Yeah,
we'll see you later.
This is fun.
Later.
Bye.
Alrighty. Bye.